On our spiritual journey, we are often given paths to follow. These paths often present to us a way to find peace. But where does peace come from? Hi, I'm Jeff with Illuminated Fate. Every day I do a random meditation and 3-card tarot pull to get some further insights and reflection on the day. This video comes to you precisely when it needs to. The meditation for today is wood over water. Now, water is a vital part of life. Nearly all life on this planet needs it. Our bodies are mostly comprised of water. It fuels our cells. It gives our body the nourishment that we need so our cells can replicate and we can grow. The element of wood represents vital growth and expansion. I'm going to go ahead and read the proverb, poem, and meditation that comes with the Tao Stone Oracle that I have here. Here's the proverb. A young man wants women. An old man wants rice. Here's the poem. Trees without branches offer no shelter. The girls by the river offer no comfort. The Han is so deep you cannot dive it. The Kiang is so long you cannot swim it. I would strip the thorns from the firewood. I would offer food to the girls' horses. Now here's the meditation for today. Be content with what you have, just as trees are content to grow beside streams, nourished by the constant flow of water. Being content with what one has seems to run countercurrent with the way that our society works. Many societies, anyway. To be content with what you have means that you need to be at peace with the world as it is. With the world as you see it. Now, I had difficulty getting ready to make this one. Because I know that the people that end up having this kind of content reach them on whatever app they're watching it in are highly empathic, typically. You may not be, and that's fine. It's a spectrum, much like human life. It's hard to find contentment in the moment when everything that we watch, everything that we interact with, people, news that hits our streams of consciousness through the apps that we partake in, show us so much trouble. We're always pointing out the troubles. We're rarely pointing out the help. You know, in the poem that we have here, at first we talk about trees without branches offering no shelter. So a tree that hasn't grown properly, because we were talking about the element of wood, it's growth that goes upward and expands out in its branches. If the tree doesn't properly grow, there's no shelter that it can provide. With the second stanza, I guess you could say, of the poem, the Han is so deep you cannot dive it. The Kiang is so long you cannot swim it. Those refer to, on your own merits, you can't dive to the bottom of the Han. And the Kiang reaches out for miles. It would be at least very difficult to be able to swim the entirety of that river. Then we get to the third stanza. I would strip the thorns from the firewood. I would offer food to the girl's horses. So there's that element of help that I think a lot of empaths feel. I know I feel it. I look at the troubles that are going on in the world, some completely on the other side of the globe. And there's that feeling of compassion and empathy towards another human being. Like you want to be able to just reach out and help in any sort of way, but the distance is a factor. And if that distance, those troubles happening so far away, are all that we focus on, even in one's own country, like you really have to look objectively at where you are versus where the trouble is. And if there's no way that you can affect it directly through your own actions, it stirs up a lot of trouble that you can't do anything about. There's no resolution there. So how to find contentment with where you are right now? Let us look to the tree. When a tree is unable to find water, it digs its roots deeper into the ground in order to be able to find it, which also stabilizes the tree so that it can grow higher and expand further out. I think this is a lesson that we can learn, that in order to expand our reach, it's important that we take the time to dig in further into the current moment, into our current position, and find the nourishment in the moment, where we are, our direct experience. So when it comes to helping others, through the help of certain funguses, one tree can share water with another tree. You've seen this when you've walked out in a wooded area. You see a stump that was cut down. There's a little bit growing from that stump. That stump received water from itself and from other trees. But the trees that would share water with that stump would not have been able to spare that water unless it drew for its own sake. So I guess the message that we're kind of finding today is this. The help that you can provide others can only come once we have been able to fully integrate the help that we give ourselves. A lot of times we've talked in these videos with this process that we're all going through of growth and transformation, change in one's life. We've been really looking inward. And I think today is a calling to integrate those passions that have stirred up within us, to integrate the healing that we've been doing on our own journey, the lessons we've learned. What we are being told in this meditation is to sit with that and find a peace, a sense of peace in all the stirring. Like we said during the growth video, a tree always has difficulties. It contends with the animals that burrow into it, the insects. But it's not bothered. And it endures because it is focused on growth. I forgot to grab cards for this one. Let me go. Give me 1 second. The one I have next to me is the pulp tarot. So let's go ahead and take a moment, clear these cards. Let's take a moment to ground ourselves in this moment as I draw the cards that are meant to give us further insight and clarity for this day. Now, in the interest of grounding ourselves in the moment, I'm going to go ahead and just lay out all 3 cards as they pop out. Take a moment to breathe and just take in the moment as it comes. All right. It looks as though we have some reversed. Now, the Ten of Swords reversed. There was pain there. There was distraction. And it has set us in a place where we were struggling. And that struggle gets in the way of our plans. It makes it so that when we focus on the struggle, we have no efforts that we're giving. No efforts are actually changing. Our plans are not moving forward. So much like the meditation here, we have a call to find that contentment. Because remember, our inner world, our emotional core, has a direct effect on our outer world. And if we are not moving forward within to find that balance, to find that clarity, to find contentment, to just make peace with where we are and what's going on around us, and build our own foundation from within, then no progress will be made in our outer world. So, this is a lesson. We have the Empress on the last card. Not going through what's blocking us on the internally stagnates our growth. Not being able to take in the waters, even though it contains sediment and mycelium and all the things that we would rather not want in our water. Gets in the way of causing that growth to occur. Sorry, that awkward silence there, but I really need to think things through when I'm doing this and to present things in the proper way. So what's the answer? To nourish oneself, to foster the creativity in oneself, and to be gentle with oneself in order to encourage the growth. We are in difficult times. We're in trying times. Some might say we're in trifling times. But we're not going to be able to provide proper nourishment to others unless we make sure to find the peace and nourishment within ourselves. It's a struggle, and we're all in it. We can do this together. Find peace. It comes from within. And with that, I'm Jeff. This is Illuminated Fate. I'll see you again soon.